Listen to me. We need to have a talk that isn't easy, but it is necessary. I want you to sit down, grab a pen, and really hear what I am about to say. Because when we talk about losing a spouse, we are talking about one of the most painful, heart-wrenching transitions a human being can go through. But in the midst of that grief, there is a financial reality that can either provide you with security or, if you don't handle it right, can leave you in a state of absolute fear. I see it all the time. People are paralyzed by the what-ifs. They are afraid that the income they relied on as a couple is going to vanish overnight. They are afraid they'll make a mistake with the Social Security Administration that can't be undone. And I am here to tell you, power is not in the money. Power is in the knowledge of how to use that money. Today, we are talking about Social Security survivor benefits. This is the safety net your spouse worked their entire life to build for you. It is your right, it is your security, and you need to know how to claim it correctly. First, let's address the fear. The biggest question I get is, Susie, will I lose everything when my spouse passes away? The answer is no, but things will change. You have to understand how the math works. If you and your spouse were both receiving Social Security checks, you don't get to keep both. You get the higher of the two. If your spouse's check was $3,000 and yours was $1,500, that $1,500 check is going to stop. You will step into their $3,000 shoes. But listen to me, your household income just dropped by a third. That is why you must live below your means but within your needs before this happens, and certainly after. Now, let's talk about the rules, because the government has a lot of them, and if you don't follow them, you lose. To qualify as a widow or widower, you generally had to have been married for at least 9 months before your spouse passed away. If it was an accident, that rule can be waived, but for most of you, that's the mark. And for my divorced friends, listen closely. If you were married for at least 10 years and you have not remarried before the age of 60, you are eligible for survivor benefits on your ex-spouse record. It does not matter if they remarried. It does not matter if their new spouse is also claiming benefits. Their record is there for you, too. Don't leave that money on the table because of an old grudge or because you didn't think you were allowed. Self-worth equals net worth, and you are worth the security you earned through those years of marriage. The next thing you must understand is the age trap. The full retirement age for survivor benefits is not always the same as the one for your own retirement. If you were born in 1962 or later, your full survivor age is 67. You can start taking survivor benefits as early as age 60 or age 50 if you are disabled, but there is a catch. A big one. If you take that benefit at age 60, you are going to receive a reduced amount, roughly 71.5% of what your spouse would have received. If you wait until your full retirement age, you get 100%. This is where you have to be smart. You have to ask yourself, do I need this money to survive right now, or can I afford to wait? But here is the strategy that almost nobody tells you about, and I want you to write this down. Social Security allows you to switch. This is a massive opportunity for you to create a bigger future. You could, for example, choose to take your survivor benefit at age 60, even if it's reduced. While you are living on that money, you let your own retirement benefit grow and grow and grow. Then, at age 70, when your own benefit has maxed out with those 8% yearly delayed credits, you switch. You move from the survivor benefit to your own larger retirement check. Or, you do it the other way around if your spouse was the higher earner. You take your own benefit early and let the survivor benefit wait until it hits its maximum at your full retirement age. Do you see the power in that? You aren't just taking what they give you, you are directing the flow of your own financial life. However, and this is the part where I need to be blunt with you, if you are still working and you are under your full retirement age, the earnings test is going to bite you. In 2026, if you earn more than $24,480, Social Security is going to take back $1 for every $2 you earn over that limit. If you are in the year you hit your full retirement age, that limit jumps to $65,160. Once you hit that magic birthday, the limits disappear. But until then, if you are working a high-paying job and trying to collect survivor benefits, you might find your check is zero. You must check the numbers before you apply. Don't go in blind. I also want you to know about the $255. It's called the lump sum death payment. Is it a lot of money? No. It hasn't been changed in decades, and quite frankly, it's a pittance. But it is yours. When your spouse passes, you call the Social Security Administration immediately. You cannot do this online. You have to call them or visit an office. Tell them, I need to apply for the lump sum death benefit and check my eligibility for survivor benefits. Do not wait. Let's talk about remarriage, because I want you to be happy, but I want you to be financially safe. If you remarry before the age of 60, you lose your right to those survivor benefits from your late spouse. If you wait until after you turn 60, your benefits are protected. You can still claim them. Timing is everything. Don't let a romantic impulse jeopardize your financial foundation. And please, for the love of all that is holy, check on your family maximum. If there are children under the age of 16 or disabled children involved, there is a limit to how much one family can draw from one person's record. Usually, it's between 150% and 180% of the deceased's benefit amount. If there are multiple people claiming, everyone's check gets squeezed. Here is your actionable takeaway, your Susie directive for today. 1. Go to the Social Security website and download your statement and your spouse's statement right now. If your spouse is still with you, do this together. It is an act of love to be prepared. 2. Calculate your survivor gap. If one check disappears tomorrow, can you pay your mortgage? Can you keep the lights on? If the answer is no, you need to look at your expenses today, not tomorrow, today. Stand up, put your shoulders back and take control of your money. Because when you value who you are, you will value every cent that is coming to you. You can do this. I know you can.